As you were at the top of the table over in Germany, of course, with Bayer Leverkusen yet to taste defeat. But what's going to go on this weekend with some zing-zong affairs? We're going to take a little look next. That's right, folks. Batman's Game on a prediction video. Today we're taking a look at match number 18, of course, over in the Bundesliga. And we'll get to that in just a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button. Back to all things Bundesliga related, Babylon Rovers related, world football related. We're going to all here, boys. Under one Ruski. That's right, of course. Bayern keep up the heat at the top of the table with a game in hand. But of course, still, Bayer Leverkusen are the team to catch this year over in Germany. We'll get into it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, make sure you bang the old subscribe, of course. We are still playing catch-up here in the Bundesliga, so don't, keep going with your Super Brew. We'll get you an update very, very soon, and we'll see where you all are, of course, because it's been a bit ropey-dopey kind of keeping up the heat. But these are the picks from last time around, of course, so make sure you get your ones in for this time around, and we'll see where you do next time around. Bayern with a big 3-0 win over Hoffenheim, and I got that one spot on the nose, of course. Meanwhile, Frankie with a big 1-0 win over Leipzig. I went the other way on that one. Union Berlin with a 0-0 draw against Freiburg. I went with a 2-1 win for Freiburg. Shocker Rooney on that one. Mainz with a draw against Wolfsburg. I got the one spot on the nose. Köln with a 1-1 draw against Heidenheim. I went with a 2-1 win as well. Leverkusen 1-0 away win against Augsburg. I went with a 2-0. Dortmund also 3-0 winners over Darmstadt. 3-1 win was my pick. Bochum with a 1-1 draw against Werder Bremen, 2-0 win in my eyes. And Borussia Mönchengladbach with a big 3-1 win over Stuttgart. Happy to see it. I went with a 2-2 draw on that one. So those, of course, are the games and the goals and the drama. What, of course, about the table? The table looks like this right here, right now, with Leverkusen with 4 points clear over Bayern, but they do have a game in hand to close in on it. Meanwhile, Stuttgart are in third, Leipzig are in fourth, Dortmund right back in the thick of things now into fifth. Going down, Darmstadt and Köln. Mainz also in a bit of trouble with Union Berlin starting to get some points in the bag. Now, that's, of course, the situation in, of course, the table. We're now looking forward to the next round of games. Now, of course, please keep your picks coming in the Super Brew. The link is in the description, but we're now looking forward to the next round of games. Kick it all off on Friday, January the 19th, with Mainz up against Union Berlin. So let's get into this one then now, shall we? Now, they have played each other 15 times since 2001. We got 5 wins of Mainz, 7 wins of Union Berlin, and 3 draws. The biggest win for Mainz was a 2-0 win. They got 16 goals, in fact, in those last 15 games. 1.07 goals a game on average. Union Berlin on the flip side, 4-0 win, scoring 24 goals was their highest. 4-0 win was the highest. 24 goals in 15 games, 1.60 goals a game heading into this one. Union Berlin, 58% form for them right now, unbeaten in the last 3. They are 50 for the table with 14 points on the board. Up against the Mainz side, 16 for the table, just 11 points on the board, 42% form for them, just 1 defeat in the last 5 now. Last time around, though, over in Mainz, it was a 0-0 draw back in the Muhr Arena. That 0-0 draw was back in August 2022. But the odds right here, right now, we're looking at 23-20 is your Mainz, 23-10 is the draw, 12-5 is your away win, of course. That is, of course, Union Berlin. Backing them to get the victory here. They're starting to cook it up a little bit. 2-1 win for them on the road. We'll see if I'm right, see if I'm wrong. Köln up against Borussia Dortmund, of course, coming at you the Rhein Energy Stadion. Now, these two sides have played each other 46 times in 1992. We've got 8 wins for Köln, 28 wins for Dortmund, 10 draws, of course. Now, the biggest win for Köln was a 4-2 win. In fact, they got 44 goals in 46 matches, 0.96 goals a game on average. Dortmund on the flip side, 6-1 win, their biggest, scoring 96 goals in 46 games, 2.09 goals a game on average. Dortmund under Erdin Terzic here, 58% form for them, just 1 win in the last 6. A lot of draws knocking around for Dortmund heading into this one. They are 5th in the table with 30 points on the board, but Köln on the flip side, 42% form for them without a win the last 5. They're down to 17th with just 11 points all season. Last time around, though, in Köln, it was a 3-2 win for Köln back in January 2022, of course. The odds, though, for this one, 3-1 is your Köln's, 5-4 on, as of course your Dortmund, and 14-5 is the draw here. We're going to go with Dortmund here, the yellow and black, big 2-0 win for them on the road, and of course making a move for those top 4 spices. Meanwhile, Darmstadt up against Eintracht Frankfurt, also on Saturday, January the 20th. Now, these two sides have played each other 6 times since 2015. We've got 2 wins for Darmstadt, 4 for Frankie, 0 draws, of course. The Darmstadt, 1-0 win, the biggest, scoring 5 goals in those 6 games, 0.83 goals a game on average. Frankfurt on the flip side, 50% form for them. We'll get to that in a second. But they, of course, their biggest win was a 4-2 win, scoring 9 goals in those 6 games, 1.50 goals a game on average. Frankie, though, 50% form for them right now, winning 3, losing 3 over the last 6. They are 6th in the table with 27 points on the board. Darmstadt on the flip side, 18th in the table with just 10 points on the board, 8% 100% form as well. They haven't won in the last 11 matches. Meanwhile, though, last time around in Darmstadt back in September 2016, it was a 1-win for Darmstadt. Goodness gracious me. So maybe they're looking to do a repeat on that one. 12-5, though, is your Darmstadt. 13-5 is a draw. 21-20 is, of course, your away win here. Gonna go with a big away day victory for Frankfurt here. 2-1 win for them against Darmstadt, who continue to have a bit of a struggle all season in this year. Meanwhile, Heidenheim taking on Wolfsburg, coming at you also on the 20th of January at the Wolf Arena. Now, these two sides have played each other 4 times in 2008. There's been 4 wins out of 4 for Wolfsburg, of course. Heidenheim just the 1 goal, in fact, in those 4 games. 0.25 goals a game on average when taking on Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg on the flip side, 4-1 win the biggest, scoring 10 goals in those 4 games. 2.50 goals a game on average. Wolfsburg, though, 42% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat the last 4. They are 11th with 20 points on the board. Heidenheim on the flip side doing A-OK in 9th with 75% form. They have 21 points on the board. And, of course, winning 4 of the last 5, looking pretty good at the moment. But last time around in Heidenheim, it was a 1-0 win for Wolfsburg. That was way back in October 2016. That was in the DFB Pokal. Now, these two sides did lock horns in Wolfsburg on the opening day. It was a Wolfsburg victory as well. The odds for this one, we're looking at Heidenheim 70-10 for the victory. 31-20 is your Wolfsburg. 12-5 is, of course, the draw. Wolfsburg got a good run against them, and I'll see that continuing this coming weekend with a 2-0 away day win in Heidenheim. Meanwhile, Freiburg up against Hoffenheim coming at you this coming Saturday as well. Now, these two sides, of course, have played each other a whole bunch of times according to my data, and that is, of course, 31 times since 2007. We've got 13 wins for Freiburg, 7 wins for Hoffenheim, 11 draws, of course. Now, the biggest win for Freiburg was a 4-1 win. In fact, they got 56 goals in those 31 matches, 1.81 goals a game on average. Hoffenheim on the flip side, 4-2 win their biggest, 46 goals scored in those 31 matches, 1.48 goals a game heading into this one. Hoffenheim, though, on a bit of ropey form right now, 25% form, just 1 win in 6. They are 8th in the table with 24 points on the board. Freiburg are in 7th, 58% form for them right now, winning just the 1 defeat in the last 4 and looking pretty good at the moment as well. Last time around, though, in Freiburg, it was a 2-1 win for Freiburg back in March 2023. Now, these two sides also locked horns in opening day. It was also a 2-1 win for Freiburg as well. So back-to-back 2-1 wins for Freiburg heading into this one, looking for a third here. Even Steams is your odds for the host here. 11-4 is the draw. 23-10 is, of course, your Hoffenheim here. I am going with another one. 2-1 win for Freiburg to make it 3-2-1 wins on the bounce against Hoffenheim. Bochum, though, will be taking on what we got going on. Stuttgart, of course, this coming Saturday as well in the early kickoff, or one of the early-ish kickoffs anyway, the normal kickoffs. Anyway, played each other 40 times since 1992. 5 wins for Bochum, 21 wins for Stuttgart, 14 draws, of course, and the biggest win for Bochum, 4-0 win. They got 41 goals in those 40 games, 1.02 goals a game on average. Stuttgart, though, 5-0 win the biggest, scoring 72 goals in 40 games, 1.80 goals a game heading into this one. Stuttgart, though, on 58% form for them right now, 2 wins the last 5 games, but they are still 3rd in the table with 34 points on the board. Bochum on the flip side, they are down to 14th right now, 17 points on the board, just 1 defeat in the last 5 heading into this one. Last time around, though, over in Bochum, it was a 3-2 win for Stuttgart back in April 2023. And again, these two sides did lock horns opening day. It was a 5-0 win for Stuttgart in Stuttgart, of course, to open up their campaign with a fantastic start. The odds here, though, for the victory, 11-4 is your Bochum here, 13-5 is the draw, 20-19 on is, of course, your Stuttgart here. Stuttgart might be without a few key individuals, but I think they have enough in the tank to get the 3 points and maintain their top 4 ambitions. Again, Leipzig against Leverkusen in the game of the day, of course, coming at you over in Leipzig. All eyes on this one at the Red Bull Arena. Played each other 15 times since 2016. We've got 7 wins for Leipzig, 4 wins for Leverkusen, 4 draws, of course. Now, the biggest win for Leipzig was a 3-0 win. In fact, they've got 24 goals in those 15 games, 1.60 goals a game on average. Leverkusen, though, 4-1 win the biggest, scoring 21 goals in 15 games, 1.40 goals a game on average. Leverkusen on 92% form for them right now, winning 5 in the spin. They are top of the table with 45 points on the board. Up against the Leipzig side, 75% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6, and also on good bit of form at the moment. Last time around, though, over at the Red Bull Arena, it was a 2-0 win for Leipzig back in October 2022. And again, these two sides did lock horns opening day. It was a 3-2 win for Leverkusen in Leverkusen. But the odds here for this one, Leipzig are 29-20 for the victory, 70-10 is, of course, your Leverkusen, and, of course, 5-2 is the draw. I am going with a 2-1 win for Leipzig here. It's going to be tight. It could go either way. It could even be a coin flip on this one. But Leverkusen should have enough in the tank to hold on for the 3 points and maintain their number 1 status. And then into the final 2, it is Bayern. It is, of course, Bremen coming at you at the Allianz Arena. Now, these two sides have played each other 70 times since 1992. 45 wins for Bayern, 15 wins for Bremen, and 10 draws, of course. Now, the biggest win for the champions was a 7-0 win. They got 159 goals in 70 matches, 2.27 goals a game on average. Bremen, though, on the flip side, 5-2 win the biggest, 77 goals scored in 70 games, 1.10 goals a game on average. Bremen, though, just 1 win in the last 6, 42% form for them. They are 13th with 17 points on the board. Against Bayern, though, 75% form for them right now, 4 wins in the last 5, second in the table with 41 points on the board. Last time around, though, in the Allianz Arena, it was a 6-1 win for Bayern back in November 2022. And the odds for this game, we have Bayern 12-1 on for the victory stone cold favourites here. 10-1 is the draw. 22-1 is your long shots. Werder Bremen, don't touch them with the barge pole. Going to go with a 3-0 win to wrap that sucker up. And then finally, my boys, of course, will take on Augsburg. It's Gladbach, Augsburg at the Borussia Park. Played each other 28 times since 2007. 11 wins for Gladbach, 8 for Augsburg, 9 draws, of course. The biggest win for Borussia Mönchengladbach was a 5-1 win. In fact, they got 48 goals in those 28 matches, 1.71 goals a game heading into this one. Augsburg on the flip side, 3-1 win, the biggest, 38 goals scored in 28 matches, 1.36 goals a game. 42% form for Augsburg at the moment, who are 12th, 18 points on the board. Up against the Gladbach side, 58% form for them. Back-to-back wins, of course, and sitting 10th at the table with 20 points at the moment. Last time around, they're over in Gladbach. It was a 2-0 win for Borussia back in May 2023. And of course, these two sides locked horns on opening day. It's an 8-goal thriller it was, 4-4 in matchday number 1. But the odds here, 11-10 on is your Gladbach, 3-1 is your draw, 5-2 is of course your away win. Got to back my boys here. Going to go with a Borussia victory, 2-1 win for them to take it to the house. That's of course my picks. Let me know your picks, of course, and if I'm right, this is what the table will look like. Bayer Leverkusen top spot still with 4 points clear of a Bayern München. Stuttgart remaining third, Leipzig fourth. Going down, Darmstadt and Köln. That's my picks. Let me know yours. Of course, we'll catch you later whenever we return. But until then, guys and gals, we'll see you later for the next one.